Welcome, boys. This is not going to be a how-to or DIY video. This is the update on the Dakota, where we are now, and the only things we have to do. So, start by saying, if you recall, my dad wrecked it when I let him borrow it while I was fixing his Challenger a while back with the master cylinder failure, leaking the brake fluid into the booster. So that was back in, I don't know, June or July or something. He smashed it up. It's now November. Finally got this thing done. So finally had some time to do it between everything else I've had to do. So this is her back together. I don't have the wheel on yet, or the under splash guard, but I'll be putting those on momentarily. This is just to kind of show you where we are and some of the things I had to do. So we have, if you'll recall, when my dad wrecked it, he hit it on the passenger side, damaged the bumper, headlight assembly, fender, and that plastical deal. So I have replaced the fender, the plastical deal. We have two new headlight assemblies now. The one that I had on there, well, when I first bought it, they were all cloudy yellow. That kind of 90s style. Then I put that kind in there, where it's kind of clear, and then the inside where the chrome is the reflector type thing. Whereas on these 90s type vehicles, the beam scatter deal is in the lens. So we went back to that. We have the fog lights in there. The bumper used to be chrome, if you'll recall. The bottom was like a gray color that did not match the silver paint. It was just like a gray with a chrome piece of metal there. And now we have a body color bumper. And this whole thing is actually like a piece of plastic. Now there is a piece of metal under this, but this is like, this thing right here is like a veneer, a plastic veneer that goes over a just piece of steel that's not chrome. But that's fine for now. It doesn't matter because it still matches the paint, and that iron bull bumper I ordered is on its way. So once it gets here, we're going to be swapping that out anyway. Still need to get the bug deflector for this side, and I need to get a V8 Magnum badge. Or I could remove the bug deflector on this fender, remove the V8 Magnum badge on that, and then it'll be symmetrical that way. But I think we're just going to put the V8 Magnum and then get the bug deflector there. Now, the fender inner liner, we have that reinstalled, and you can't see it as well now, but while this was out and the fender and everything was off, I replaced the gasket for the exhaust manifold on this side because it was leaking, so it doesn't make that horrendous ticking noise anymore. And these used to be plastic rivets. So what I've done is replace them with these push pin deals, this size, 1/4, 6.33 millimeter hole size, and then that gives you some panel raids. And these are called skirt blind rivets. This is what they look like. So there's this head in here, and as you press it through here, these little fingers will expand. And of course, when you pull that out, if you pull this head out of there, then these things will contract or be allowed to be contracted. See, here's one without the head in it. You can just squeeze it. So we replaced all of them through here. So they used to have plastic rivets. Now we don't. Now they're all pushed in. Except that one, I have to push him in. I must have been slacking earlier. But what they used to look like is just these plastical deals. If I had enough, I would replace these two preemptively, but I do not. I've changed the oil earlier today, so the splash guard's still off, so I'm just going to put that on real quick, and I'll use some other bigger ones of those to affix the splash guard that goes from the bumper over there. Mine never came with it anyway, but this Durango that I took this bumper from did have it. Now, unfortunately, I did buy a bumper, a fender that was primed, and I bought like $300 worth of paint because I planned on painting it. But then I found this, or my dad found this in the pick and pull. We went and got it. So unfortunately, I now have a spare fender that I don't need. I guess I'll hang on to it for this winter just in case this thing gets wrecked again. I'll already have the fender. I can just paint it. But what's probably going to have to end up happening is when I don't use it, I'm just going to, I guess I'll try to sell it to somebody and recoup some of my funds. So if you happen to have a Dakota or Durango and you need a passenger fender, hit me up. I've got one. I'll sell it to you. A little bit cheaper than what I paid for it, if you come and get it. And then we have this I pulled off because it was kind of damaged. You can see from a previous crash or something. And the paint wasn't really matching that well, so I went ahead and pulled it off. Tried to fill that as best as I can. Not perfect, obviously, but I guess it's slightly better than what it was. Painted it, and then this thing was hiding some rust back here, so I had filled that and fixed that rust, and then put this cladding back on there, so now it's mint. And I just got to put the wheel back on. It's under the truck right now. So we got that. We'll do that. Put the antenna back on. So it's pretty much mint. It's pretty much road ready. Just need to put the wheel on. This thing will be drivable. I'm just going to have to re-aim the headlights and the fog lights. And then when the iron bolt bumper comes in, I can just take the this bumper off and then put the iron bolt on. Since I paid 2 G's for it, we're using it. If I would have found this sooner, before I ordered that bumper, then I wouldn't have even bothered. I would have just kept this. I am going to have to, I think, shim this side where this bumper bolts onto its bracket, because I can see that there's a bit of a gap here and not so much here. So I just got to put some shims on that side to kind of raise that up, and then it'll be mint. And even when I put the iron bolt on, I'll probably have to do the same, because if that bracket's bent from the collision, then it's probably why it's all sitting all cockeyed like that on the passenger side. I'm assuming. And then, of course, also while we have this thing disassembled, that company, Yita Motors, sent me a radiator. So I went ahead and installed that while I had this thing disassembled. So this is a brand new radiator. The radiator wasn't damaged in the crash. It's just they happened to have one they wanted to send me to review, so I did, while I had everything apart, so it was a pretty easy installation. Fairly easy considering. And then we replaced the fan clutch as well. And then we also had a cam sensor go out. So I replaced that, which you can't see now that I have the cladding in the way, but down there where that plastical gray connector is, that's actually pushed into the cam sensor. So before I had reassembled everything, I'd started it, it had a code for cam sensor, this inner liner was out. So I was able to just reach up in here and take that thing off at the 10 mil and get her done. You could probably do it even with this liner in, but if I have to take it off or anything, now that I have these removable rivets, it'll be way easier than having to snap them off with a pry tool and everything like that. So, alright boys, I think that about covers it. So this is the Dakota, road ready again. So hopefully nothing bad befalls it. We don't want any other things happening to it, because this is going to be our winter driver for those nasty days, so I can get my four-wheel drive action in and get my money's worth out of this thing. And so I can also do truck stuff now. We can re-gravel or continue graveling the backyard, so we can get our portable garages set up so the Corvette Camaro can come here. And then we gotta till that and kind of level it for the pool. We need to get a shed over there. And then tool room will be finished here shortly. And then the 68 Beetle can come over here. And so we got plenty of stuff to do this winter, plenty of content coming, so don't worry about that. And then I'll catch you boys in the next one. So that's the update. Hope you enjoyed, if you were watching, and if not, then go back and watch the playlist and you'll see everything that we did to this thing after my dad smashed it up. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, boys. Peace.